Okay, now I want to cover addition and subtraction the way I do it, and I recommend that you guys start thinking about it, of doing it in your head. Okay, most people I meet, when they say, I'm not a math person, mere se nahi hota mind mein calculations, I think it's just because you haven't applied yourself in the way that I'm about to teach you. And I'm really hoping, write me an email or contact me if this method helps you. Okay, so what is the method? Well, anytime we're adding, the trick is make tens and then add the remainder. What do I mean by that? So here's an example, right? If I said, don't look at the screen, try to do 7 plus 6 in your head. With 7 plus 6, aapka mind throw kehega, how do I do this? So the trick is, now you can look back at the screen. The trick is, if somehow I'm doing 7 plus 6. If somehow I can make this 7 10, then we know how to add to 10, because then only the units are changing. So how do I do that? Well, let me take whatever I need from this number 6 and make 7 10, or jo reh jayega, that's my remainder. So what do I mean? Okay, here. To 7, I know I need to add 3 to get to 10. So let me take 3 out from this 6. Okay, what does that mean? Well, the 7 will become 10, and 6 में से 3 निकालूंगा, it will become 3. 6 minus 3 is easy, we can do it in your head. So now all you're left with is 10 plus 3, which is 13. Now why is this quicker? Well, all you need to know are the pairs. 1 plus 9 is 10, 2 plus 8 is 10, 3 plus 7 is 10, 4 plus 6 is 10, and 5 plus 5 is 10. These are just the 5 combos you need in your life to be able to do any sum. And I will demonstrate that in a second. This is it. So this should become second nature. These are combos. So 1 and 9 or 9 and 1. Point is, these are the combos that you need. And when you make tens, then all you need to do is worry about the unit. So let's do another complicated example. Let's do 17 plus 25. Now, immediately I'm thinking, let me just make this 17 into 20 somehow, right? What do I need? I need, remember, 7 mein, I have to add 3. Over here, 7 plus 3, I'm already expecting, okay, I need to take 3 out from here. Ye to 20 ho jayega. So really the math is down to what is 25 minus 3? Because I'm borrowing 3 and I'm bringing it over here into the 17. So 25 minus 3, hopefully you can do in your head, the 5 becomes 2. So what you're left with is 20 plus 22, which hopefully now is super easy because it's just lined up like that, right? It's the units part is easy and this part is easy. So hopefully, if I'd asked you before what is 17 plus 25, if you couldn't do this in your head before, now I think you can do, and here's a demo. I think 17 ko 20 banana hai. Okay, so I need 3. Kya reh gaya? 25 minus that 3. So that's 22. So 20 plus 22, 42. That's how you do this. Okay, now let's apply the same logic to subtraction. Hopefully you've started doing additions in your head. Let's add subtraction to our toolkit. Here we go. So same trick, we're gonna make tens, and instead of adding, we will just subtract the remainders. So let's do an example. Let's say you have to do 11 minus 7, right? Again, our brain is just not wired to immediately do this in this form, but we are used to the combos that I've talked about, which is 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, and 5 and 5. Okay, so same logic applies here. Let's just convert the 1 into the 11 into 10. So what do we have to do this time? We have to take out 1 from here. Okay, so 11 becomes 10. Where does that 1 go? Well, so we've taken out 1. We have to add it somewhere. We will add it in a way to this number. So what happens? The minus 7 actually increases to minus 6. Okay, so now what you're left with is 10 minus 6, which is 4. So instead of doing 11, think about it this way, right? If I did a weighing scale, right? That's my attempt at a weighing scale. Bear with me. Here we go. All right, and either we had 11. Let me put it in another color. So either we had 11 and we wanted to subtract 7. Okay. All I'm saying is if you take something out from here, from the left, like if I want to make this a bit lighter, I want to take 1 out, it has to go somewhere. So this will become 10, but that 1 will also get removed from here, and this will become 6 because now we've kept the weight the same. Okay, so remove 1 from both of them. So the 11 becomes 10, the 7 becomes 6, but it's a much simpler question. Now it's just 10 minus 6, which we can do in our head. It's 4. Okay, so that's the logic. Like if you're reducing the left side, reduce the right side. So logic we yoga, if this was 12 minus 7, then I know I have to remove 2 from here. So I'll remove 2 from here. It would be 10 minus 5, which is just 5. So you'll become much quicker at this. Okay, let me make some room here and do some more practice questions. Hopefully you're finding this fun. If you've never thought like this before about subtraction, then I'm excited to share this with you. All right, let's do another one. I'll make room. 15 minus 8. Okay, try pausing and doing this in your head using the method we just learned. Okay, so what is it? Well, 15 को 10 बनाने के लिए I have to remove 5. So if I remove 5 from that, I have to remove 5 from 8 and I get 3. So it's just 10 minus 3 is 7. All right, maybe one more example. 49 minus 27. Wow, that sounds tricky. Let me do it this way. So first of all, let me just take care of the tens. So 49 whatever minus 27 karna hai. Let me just take 40 में से 20 out. All I'll be left with is the 49 minus this 20 will just leave me 29, and hopefully you can start doing that. So I'm just dealing with the tens number here. 4 minus 2 will give me 29. So that's the first part simplified, and now you're just down to 29 minus 7, and that's where our trick comes in. I want to, well, in this case, I want to round to the nearest 10. So if I'm increasing this by 1, then I have to increase this by 1 too. So instead of doing same logic, 29 minus 7, let me just add 1 to both sides. I want to do 30 minus 8, same thing. Okay, so always round to the nearest 10, and 30 minus 8 is more intuitive. It's just 22. So notice that we started with a question which was pretty complicated. It was 49 minus 27 in our head. Now doing it on paper, none of this applies because you can just line them up. We know how to do this and you should be very good at this. So units first, 9 minus 7 is 2, nothing to carry. 4 minus 2 is 2. So we're not saying that any of this method replaces it. मैं जो आपको सिखा रहा हूँ, it is how do you do it in your head. If I said 49 minus 27, so in my head I would say, Pele, let's just simplify the 27, like let me just remove the 20. So instead of 49, I remove the 20, I'm left with 29 minus 7. So now 29 minus 7, I can just remove from the 9, I can just remove the 7, that's one way. So I get 22. The other way is, okay, 29 is almost 30. So instead of doing 29 minus 7, let me just increase both by 1 and I'll just do 30 minus 8, which is even easier. So that's also 22.